My FMP consisted of writing songs and recording an EP for my band 1134. I wrote 2 songs, I produced and I sound engineered for some of the others as well. My description of the project. The band and me recorded 4 songs ranging from soft to hard rock, but mainly being alt rock. Me, Mason and John wrote songs and I wrote lyrics as well. I also produced and sound engineered some of the tracks as well, and Mason mixed the tracks at home. I wanted to do this to improve my songwriting, which I feel like I've done, and mainly I wanted to write lyrics as I felt they were something hindering my songwriting. I needed to get better. I believe I've gotten a lot better at this and improved both my songwriting and lyrics. My role here was to be the songwriter, the lyricist and sound engineer. I think I achieved this as I managed to write 2 full songs and record most of the tracks without issue. John's I struggled with as drums and guitar were recorded simultaneously, and that led to bleeding between the sounds and the mics, which then made Mason's job impossible to mix it. But John had to go quickly after, so we couldn't re-record it or do it separately. My collaboration. I collaborated with the other artists in 1134, which is Denisa, Zach, Max, Mason and John, as well as the artists and people who helped with our photo shoots, but these are the mains. These members mostly played their parts, but vocalists and other lyricists let us down a little. They did not have the lyrics ready until far too late, which also meant they hadn't sung them before and didn't have a vocal melody. They then didn't have enough time or effort to sing 3/4 of our tracks. They only got 1 vocal done, and that was Mason's. And for Mason's, we actually had to get someone else to sing a demo for it that they could sing to. And I had to sing for a demo. I had sung a demo for mine that they couldn't get to because it was on BandLab or something. So that then I had to record me singing the vocals for one of mine, which they ended up not even doing anyway. And I also collaborated with Kane, who helped produce 2 of the tracks as well. The genre of this EP was going to be alt rock, but it ranges quite far for that to be a valid description of it, as it ranges across rock as a whole. I was inspired in this genre by some great artists such as Nirvana, Radiohead and Red Hot Chili Peppers, as well as R.E.M. Alt rock fused music from hard rock, from hard rock, electronica, hip hop, indie and punk. It has the power chords of grunge to the melodies of indie rock, and lyrics of alt rock are often connected with personal struggles. Given the songs had such range and different people wrote them, the feel changes a bit song to song. Given the songs had such range and different people wrote them, the feel of them changes a bit song to song, but the themes of these songs were moody with lyrics of anguish or feeling distraught. That continued the same throughout. The recording did not go well, or to plan at all really. There were many problems with both the desk, technically speaking, and individually playing wise, me included. We had a big problem keeping in time, whether it was an out of time click track like on Mason's, or not playing to a click track at all and then having to re-record to a click track because it was obviously out of time and difficult to record anything else to it. And this, as well as being out of tune in some situations as well, ended up having to re-record that as well because it was recorded out of tune. As I said, my playing could have definitely been better. Post-production. I didn't do as much post-production on the tracks. Mason did very well with the post-production. He mixed and mastered all but John's due to it being recorded so poorly. What he's come back with is pretty good, especially his limited amount of time because we went over and finished late. Here is the equipment we used: the Mac, the drum kit, guitars, bass, mics, amps, and the studios. Problems we encountered. Our biggest problem came with recording. We fixed these through learning from our mistakes and doing it differently next time. And technical problems in the studios were fixed by getting help from Mark, Steve, or James. Actually, we got help from even more people than that. We got others to come in when we had issues as well, such as one day we couldn't work out why an input wasn't coming through, and we got almost everyone we could grab, the people from Forever Nowhere, as well as Rosie, and people from obviously the other year. They couldn't sort that out. We ended up fixing it eventually, but yeah, we got loads of people to help with technical problems when we had it. Hopefully in future we'll learn to get better at that. I researched many things over the course of this project, and I tried to make sure I did my best. An example is that I researched songwriting and lyric writing, as well as how to get rid of writer's block, and this taught me how to be most efficient in writing. For this, I learned that going and exercising, or bringing a notepad, or jotting stuff down that I hear or see was a good way of getting past a block, or if I couldn't think of any lyrics, I could use some stuff that I overhear to start me out with that. This really helps me get along with my stuff faster. And most of my research was secondary. The only primary I did was when I was testing whether I liked the electric or acoustic guitar sound more on my song. And here I recorded electric into Logic, and I recorded acoustic straight onto my phone, and I just heard them next to each other. It's in my WordPress, both of them. I heard them next to each other and decided which one I liked better. The answer was a bit of both. I liked some parts better with electric and some with acoustic, which is how I ended up recording it. Key strengths. Sound engineering and songwriting. I think my songwriting improved a lot. I managed to write 2 full songs and lyrics, and I helped with lyrics for Mason's track. And my sound engineering by the end of the project, I think had gotten pretty good. I understood better what mics I was using, how to set them up and record stuff correctly and nicely. My weaknesses were on recording. I played poorly when I was being recorded. My weaknesses were on recording because I played poorly and I wasn't educated enough, so I made mistakes with that. I will learn from these next time and I would do it differently. As I said, there were many problems with recording. Out of time, out of tune, bad playing, muted strings, that's my playing, as well as technical problems. It was, yeah, this is where we had the most struggles. At least I did. My work on this was good. Despite me not liking the finished product, it really wasn't what I thought. I'm gonna re-record it. I had accomplished what I said I was going to do, which was write at least 1 full song and do sound engineering. I think I did this well. I was happy with the 2 songs I wrote, especially given my inexperience in songwriting. But saying this, my recording process was difficult and problematic. Many issues that I have learned from, and next time I will know how to do it better. My timetable for production. Obviously, some weeks are slightly off, slightly different. But I think roughly before our recording time and recording in the studio, it's pretty similar. Sometimes a week before or after, but I think it's pretty on. After recording, it all goes wrong, and we get delayed, and it all follows from there. Follows from our awful recording, really.